As Toyota advocates for increased investment in future electric vehicles, Lexus is hitting the market with its first battery electric vehicle. This rugged-looking SUV is built on the same eTNGA platform as the Toyota bZ4X and the Subaru Solterra. It has a suite of luxury amenities and cutting-edge additions like the steer-by-wire yoke. The RZ450e, on the other hand, gave away possibly the most crucial aspect of any electric vehicle. Will the Lexus RZ450e survive in the EV market, and what features does it have to offer? This car brings a ton of innovation, future tech features, and even more. Stay tuned and let's get right onto the car's exterior. Exterior. The RZ450e, much like other Lexus automobiles, has several daring design aspects. The vehicle's bodywork is covered with a pattern of camouflage that is peculiar to the model and features several angular lines and sharp surfaces. In spite of the fact that the front fascia does not feature a grille, which causes the filler piece to stand out even more, there is no question that this SUV is a Lexus. Although the exterior has been simplified, it has maintained its aerodynamic shape. The distinctive spindle grille and headlamps seen in Lexus have also been incorporated in the RZ. The rear end has a rear window that slopes steeply downward, an integrated spoiler and wide-angle LED taillights, and the side views have contouring that is quite similar to the rear end. The fact that the RZ450e does not come equipped with a front trunk is one of its flaws. Because of how closely the components and control hardware of the powertrain were packed together, the engineers could not add any storage bin. This was done to lessen the overhead burden by employing shorter high-voltage wires. However, the rear cargo area, which houses the trunk, is generous in size, and the load space height is around 29 inches. Interior. Any high-end automobile must have a cabin that has been thoughtfully designed. The simple design of the 2023 RZ450e, which places a premium on open space and silence, is one of the vehicle's defining characteristics. A panoramic roof enhances the presence of natural light and creates a warm and inviting atmosphere. Also, the interior materials of the Lexus EV were thoughtfully chosen to underline the overarching theme of environmental responsibility best. The interior can be coloured with orange, palomino, and dapple grey black. The seats in the RZ are made from ultra suede, an upholstery material with a premium feel, and was manufactured using 30% bio-based sustainable components. Because it was designed with the Tazuna design concept in mind, the cabin not only gives the impression of enough space to the people who are inside it, but it also makes it simple for the driver to get to all of the controls that are most important to the operation of the vehicle. The RZ450e will offer not one but two different configurations for the steering system. The first is the traditional wheel and yoke, and the second is the innovative steer-by-wire yoke, which has no mechanical connections to the front wheels. The standard technique operates just as one would anticipate. It is simple to grasp and put to use. The proportions are about right and it appears natural. The futuristic steering system will be known as One Motion Grip when it is put on the market. Lexus engineers believe it has many advantages over its competitor, which is more than a century old. The yoke, which is more similar to the handlebars of a motorbike than it is to its wheel, allows for better visibility of the instrument cluster, permits more nimble handling at low speeds without causing unnecessary anxiety on the highway, and eliminates the need to wind the wheel continuously. It will be made available as an optional addition on the highest trim level of the RZ450e. Despite many initial reservations, many people have grown to view the One Motion Grip as an innovative and exciting step forward in technological development that offers real advantages. It is already superior to the terrible steer-by-wire technology utilized by Infiniti and is likely also superior to that utilized by Tesla. Performance. On the Spanish racetrack at Circuit Escola, located not too far from Barcelona, the RZ demonstrated its remarkable maneuverability. It has acceleration that is both smooth and less demanding. This vehicle is not as fast as a Tesla Model S, but it has more than enough power for everyday driving and can hit 60 mph in 6 seconds. The RZ450e, just like any other great Lexus, has a comfortable ride quality. It can still keep its body under control in the corners, even when driven to the vehicle's absolute maximum. The support in the rear is provided by a double wishbone structure, while McPherson struts hold up the front. The frequency reactive dampers used by Lexus for the first time are mechanical shock absorbers that respond smoothly to rough roads. These dampers serve to smooth out road imperfections without hammering the driver or passengers. Despite its obvious heaviness, the vehicle drives very calmly compared to other electric vehicles. The transitions are fluid and smooth, even when the RZ is pushed through its paces on a racetrack. This is due to the torque being able to be sent to either the front or rear wheels, depending on the road conditions or the selected driving mode. Range. The RZ450e's range is pathetically inadequate compared to the Lucid Air, which has a range of more than 500 miles. Estimates made by Lexus employees based on the EPA test cycle show that this SUV can travel up to 225 miles when fitted with 18-inch wheels, but it can travel just 200 miles when equipped with wheels measuring 20 inches or more. It offers an all-wheel drive standard drivetrain configuration. However, the manufacturer is investigating the possibility of offering a front-wheel drive in the United States and may decide to do so at some point in the future. These are only estimates, and there is a chance that they will change either positively or negatively before the automobile goes on sale. Compared to non-luxury competitors such as the Ford Mustang Mach-E, Hyundai Ioniq 5 and Kia EV6, all of which have a range greater than 300 miles on a single charge, it is abundantly evident that this Lexus is not up to par in terms of its performance. Battery. The RZ450e and the front-wheel drive BZ4X have a similar chassis, and they use a lithium-ion battery pack that has a capacity of 71.4 kilowatt-hours. When developing the RZ450e, Lexus says it used a holistic approach to the design process. The manufacturer claims that their SUV will be substantially more energy efficient than other electric vehicles, EVs, on the market, consuming as little as 18 kilowatt-hours of power for every 100 kilometers driven. However, this may be only an excuse to explain why Toyota is trailing behind the competition in the development of electric vehicles. Like with most of Toyota's components, the battery pack in the RZ450e was made to last, so it shouldn't come as a surprise that even after 10 years of use, it will still have more than 90% of its capacity when it was first purchased. Although it has not been verified, it is anticipated that this Lexus will take approximately 30 minutes to charge itself to 80% from 0%. With its 308 horsepower, the RZ450e is a strong SUV that easily outperforms the Lexus NX. Fuel economy. It has not yet been made known well the RZ450e will perform in fuel economy. However, compared to the XLE all-wheel drive trim of the Toyota BZ4X, it has a 114 mpge in the city, 94 mpge on the highway, and 104 mpge in the combined driving cycle. So it is reasonable to expect that this Lexus will have the same. Safety features. A high quality of luxury calls for additional measures to guarantee the highest possible level of personal safety. The dynamic radar cruise control has had its software upgraded to detect whether or not the driver is paying attention. If they aren't, it will automatically set a safe distance between the RZ and the car in front of it. The driver monitoring system is designed to alert drivers if the system determines that the driver may be distracted or drowsy based on how often they look away from the road. Lane departure alert is another element of the driver monitor system that can either warn the driver or actively help them maintain the vehicle's position within the lane. In addition, the emergency driving stop system can bring the car to a secure stop if the driver loses control while the lane trace assist feature is active. That's all from this video. What do you think about the Lexus RZ450e? See you in the next one.